And from the city's history to the city's future, here it is, that wonderful time lapse. San Francisco's new high-tech wonder opens this morning. We'll take you inside the public library that puts the world at your fingertips live.
It's timely that on this day, San Francisco's new main library opens. In 1906, the earthquake destroyed City Hall and the library, which used to stand right where the brand new building now sits. Cheryl Hurd live this morning with all the details on when we can head over there and check out a book. Cheryl.
Good morning, Sherry. San Francisco has a brand new toy, a brand new library, $140 million and 8 years in the making. And to help me talk about that is Sherry Thomas. She is the executive director of the Library Foundation. Good morning.
Good morning, Cheryl.
Are you excited?
Boy, this is the big day. We're welcoming everybody in the Bay Area to one of the greatest resources this whole area has ever seen. So.
Okay, Sherry, if you can walk with me through this on videotape, and Mike, if you can roll that videotape, we can take a look at why everybody is so excited. I mean, this library has, what are we looking at now?
You're looking down on the browsing library, which is a first stop. We call it the bookstore of the library. The new murder mysteries, the new videos, the new tapes, the new magazines. Walk right in and find just what you wanted to find the minute you come in this building.
Now, there's nothing conventional about this library, is it?
It's being watched all over the world, partly as an architectural gem, but also because it's the state-of-the-art 21st century library. It's got technology. It's got the biggest children's center any library or any place in the nation has, and it's got lots more.
We're looking at books now. It took 2 months to move the books over here.
Over 1 million books, 31 miles of bookshelves, and 20 miles of them are out in the public areas, so that you can put your hands on almost all of those 1 million books.
Now, another neat thing is someone could bring in their laptop, plug in at every table here.
All the tables are wired, and we also have 200 computers for public access. So if you don't have a laptop, you can come in and use one of ours.
Wow, this place has got everything. Let me ask you one more thing. Folks donated money in unusual ways. People just walked in. Someone brought money in a paper bag. Is that true?
Well, there's a wonderful story when we hit the press saying we needed some more money to finish this building, and we still need a few more dollars, but not many. And I had 2 people come in and sit in my office who were recent immigrants from the Far East, and they shyly asked me if this was a good place to help kids in education. They gave me $10,000 that they brought in a plastic bag and put on the desk. But we also had school children give us dimes. We had someone come in the other day and said, I hear you need money. I hope this helps, and put $1,000 in the guard's hands at the door outside.
Wow, Sherry, that's a wonderful story. Thank you very much, and congratulations. The San Francisco Public Library is open today, and when we come back in the next half hour, we'll have more pictures and more information about it. Reporting live in San Francisco, I'm Cheryl Hurd. Sherry, Bill, back to you.
And Cheryl, we're also going to ask you how many books you've read in the next 20 minutes, so you better get in there and start cooking.
I better get going, that's right. I'll plug in my laptop.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, kiddo. All right, let's continue with this story. After the quake and fire, San Francisco needed very loudly to say, we are back. So, Civic Center Plaza was constructed, a huge new city hall, a main library for the ages. But the ages, as far as the library went, lasted only about 75 years, and today, to make a terrible pun, we're going to turn a page. A nifty new high-tech library opens. Cheryl Hurd's there live. Hi, Cheryl. Well, we're having trouble with the audio, so I guess what we'll do is we will put that off for a little while and move on to our next story and try to get back to Cheryl. Sherry? When I was a kid, the librarian's name was Miss Nettles. The library was about twice the size of this desk, and it smelled musty. That is not the case in San Francisco this morning. Cheryl?
That's right.
That was my memory too, Bill. Just kind of dark and dank, and that is not the case here. Standing by with me live right now is MARCIA SCHNEIDER. She is the branch chief here at the San Francisco Public Library. Good morning.
Good morning.
She's going to take us on a little walking tour of this library. And in the last half hour, we didn't talk about a few things, like, for instance, the cafe and the gift shop.
Well, this library is going to have a lot of really wonderful features, and yes, a cafe, a gift shop that's run by the Friends of the Library that has some really exciting and interesting stuff.
Let me interrupt you for 1 second. Let's roll that videotape so we can see some of the things that we're talking about, and you can go on and talk.
Okay, we'll have an auditorium downstairs, and it's a library that's wonderfully accessible for everybody. Blind people will use this library with comfort. We have over 200 talking signs in the building. We have a deaf services department. We'll have listening assistive devices for people who are deaf or hearing impaired. A wonderful discovery center for children with computers.
That sounds very neat. And there's another thing that I learned by looking through all the literature. You have rooms dedicated to gay and lesbians, Filipinos, African Americans, and Chinese Americans. That's kind of new, isn't it?
Well, some very special rooms. The collections for those centers are housed throughout the building. We also have a wonderful art and music center with presently an exhibit by Beach Blanket Babylon. That's really
exciting.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun to see.
Okay. And if folks want to come down, what you should do is come on down. I think the ceremony starts at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
And if there's a long line, what you should do is get a time card. Time cards will be available for you. And if you don't want to wait, you can get, like, say, for instance, 4 o'clock, and you can come and stand in line at 4 o'clock, and there will be no wait. I hope you understand that. Reporting live from the San Francisco Library, I'm Cheryl Hurd. Back to you.
And Cheryl, we've heard times have changed too, and no more huge MasterCard file. It's all high tech now.
That's right. No more card files. It's all on computer, correct?
That's right. Over 300 terminals here. You can access the internet, look at our local databases. We have some multimedia workstations that we've produced locally.
Fun stuff.
Yes, great.
Great. Come on down, Sherry.
Cheryl, you better get to that coffee shop and you better sample everything. Expense it, Cheryl.
Okay, will do.
Good.
In your
Okay.
name.
Yippee. It's a great day for it. Look how pretty it's gotten out there.
Very lovely.
Yeah,
Move
good
this
day for
way
the grand opening of the library.